The woman in 6-inch heels blocked the mall exit like she owned the oxygen and announced, loud enough for the skincare counter to flinch, "You know Ethan doesn't love you, right? So what's your excuse for squatting in the Hawthorne family?" As Mrs. Hawthorne? And honestly, the audacity was so concentrated it could have been sold in a syringe at Sephora. So I blinked once, pulled out my phone, put it on speaker like I was starting a podcast, and called my mother-in-law Vivian. "Hi, Mom. Small emergency. Someone just wore my outfit and I don't want it anymore." And Vivian, my sweet terrifying human ATM, replied without hesitation, "Absolutely not, sweetheart. We'll replace everything." And 3 seconds later my phone buzzed, "Transfer received. $150,000. And the mistress froze like her brain hit the blue screen of death, which was impressive because she was already running on Delusion OS. And I smiled politely and walked off like a woman who just got paid hazard pay in public because divorce for a rotten cucumber of a husband. Please, I'm not quitting the highest paying job I've ever had just because the office printer is possessed. See, my husband Ethan Hawthorne treats relationships like free trials. Every girlfriend gets the black card until she crosses the spending cap. And the moment she charges over $50,000, boom, he cancels the subscription with a "let's stay friends" text and a gift basket. Like emotional damage needs ribbon, and that's where I come in. Because Ethan doesn't like being the villain, so he pays me to clean up his mess. $50,000 monthly allowance, plus $30,000 mistress disposal fee, which is frankly underpriced for public humiliation labor, but I do volume business, and sure enough his phone rang. Miss Sweetface answered smiling, and then deflated like a punctured balloon. Lifted her phone to throw it. Paused because even rage has a budget. Looked around considering sweeping luxury goods off the counter for dramatic effect. Realized everything cost more than her annual income, and settled for stomping on marble. Like an angry toddler in a luxury daycare, and my friend Maya whispered, "She got dumped, didn't she?" And I nodded through clenched teeth because I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at the universe every time Ethan cheats. Vivian finds out and throws money at me like she's funding a scholarship program for wronged women. And if he ever stops cheating, my bonus disappears. So we tried to leave fast before Vivian got the full story. But Miss Stilettos reappeared, somehow sprinting in heels, actively filing restraining orders against her toes, pointed at me and screamed, "Ethan doesn't love you. Without his love you're nothing." In a crowded mall, full soap opera volume. And my soul cringed so hard it tried to exit my body, so I stared at her and said, "Babe, did your brain get gift-wrapped like a foot? What year do you think this is? Women vote now. We also have jobs, bank accounts, and therapy. You should try all 3. Then patted her shoulder. She barely reached my chest and added, "Also, if you're coming for my title, invest in better shoes. Your ankles are filing for workers' comp." And while she glitched, I dialed Vivian again. "Mom, crisis update, someone wore my clothes, and I don't want them anymore." And Vivian purred, "Say less." And my phone buzzed, "Transfer received. $150,000. Even higher than usual." And I turned to the mistress with my best corporate smile, the one that says per my last email, and said, "It's not that I don't want to leave, it's just..." The offer was too generous. Then kindly added, "You getting fired actually hurts me more than it hurts you." Which is true because she's the first woman in years who earned me an extra 50 grand. And yes, she turned red like a boiled lobster, and yes, that was collateral damage. But fast forward, because this isn't even the messiest part. Ethan's ex-fiancée Chloe, my college classmate, used to cry about Vivian controlling everything and using money to insult her dignity. And I remember staring at her, thinking, wow, rich people really invent new problems to stay entertained. Then came Chloe's wedding crystals everywhere, celebrity singer. Rumor said the party favors included gold, so obviously I attended for financial reasons. Got lost near the bridal suite, and through a cracked door saw Chloe screaming at Ethan about the wedding dress while he stood there mildly inconvenienced. Like someone put oat milk in his latte. Until she finally snapped, trashed the room, and stormed out shouting she wouldn't marry him. And I was about to disappear when Ethan said, "Enjoy the show? Come in," then calmly announced, "If she won't marry me, I'll change the bride." Like he was swapping a PowerPoint slide. Offered me $30,000, I laughed. He raised it to $50,000. I stopped laughing, then added, I'm already legally married. This prevents a crime. And I said, oh, so this is a crime prevention service, then it costs more. And he sighed, $75,000. So I put on the dress because I'm not immoral. I'm a contractor. The room reset like nothing happened. Vivian walked in. Assessed the situation like a CEO mid-merger, said, bride changed. Ordered a different gown because the first one didn't represent the family. And that night texted me, you did fine with a $75,000 transfer. Which is basically a hug and rich. And after that, Vivian forced Ethan to legalize the marriage. He looked sentenced. I looked blessed. And she immediately began controlling my appearance. Your bag is ugly. $20,000. That necklace cheapens you. $50,000. Those clothes are tragic. $100,000. And being Mrs. Hawthorne didn't require love. It required posture and the ability to accept transfers. Then Ethan handed me a contract marriage agreement like an HR onboarding packet, monthly pay. No interference, $10 million if he divorces me. $1 million if I divorce him, not equal but neither is capitalism. I had a lawyer check it, signed happily. Ethan kept obsessing over Chloe like a sad orange cat hoarding toys. Vivian banned him from bringing her home. He agreed instantly. And I stayed because money clears better than emotions until Chloe returned. Waving a massive pink diamond necklace like a hostage negotiation tactic, Vivian smiled coldly and said, how generous, buying gifts with my son's money. Then turned to staff and ordered everything my daughter-in-law liked packed. And Chloe nearly combusted. But the very next day she walked into the house with Ethan announcing they were back together and wanted a divorce. Vivian threw a decorative object at his head and called him addicted to suffering. Chloe screamed that I never loved Vivian, which was true and devastating for my income, so I cried. Full ugly crying. My money is flying away. And Vivian panicked, hugged me, threw them both out. And yes, I divorced Ethan for the greater good, after which Vivian went on a real hunger strike. Ethan begged me to fix it for $10,000 a day. I negotiated under Vivian's supervision to $70,000 a day because she felt insulted on my behalf. I stayed 2 weeks and made a small fortune. And just when I thought the story was over, Vivian wiped her tears, stopped crying instantly, and said, what do you mean I don't have another son? Then FaceTimed a rugged older man sprinting through a jungle while people behind him waved something spear-shaped. Calmly told him she found him a wife and to come home next month. And when I hesitated, she dropped the final bribe, $200,000 to meet him. $500,000 for a date, $1 million if I make him behave plus shares, and scam me like a fashion editor. New hair, $10,000. New outfit, $20,000. New bag, $50,000. Come shopping, $150,000, and that's how I became a professional. Daughter-in-law with a performance bonus. Because in this family, love is optional but direct deposit is forever.